Hey everyone, and welcome to today's tutorial. Today we are going to be working with a collection from Echo Park called Dive Into Summer. We're going to be adding on the coordinating solids paper pack, the chipboard phrases, and a pack of die cut pieces. And we're going to be adding that on to our 12x12 collection kit, which has a sticker sheet as well. Okay, so these are the colors that are available with the coordinating solids paper pack. I'm just going to flip over every second one here so we can kind of see what colors we have to work with. I haven't really picked at this point which cardstock I'm going to use. So we will do that at the end after we've picked out our pattern papers. So there are 12 total pattern papers and they are all different. And there is, I believe, 3 journaling card papers in there, along with like a border or a strip kind of paper as well. So I went ahead and just laid out all the papers in front of me here, and I'm gonna pull out all of the journaling card paper. And I always start off this way and only come back to those papers if I really feel like I need it later. And then here with our pages that we have left, I'm flipping over all the papers, like I'm flipping over the side that I like best. So from there I can kind of look at what I have to work with. And we're using cutting guide F today, so we need 7 pattern papers total. We need 3 accent papers and 4 background papers. So I felt like we ended up using the more subtle side of a lot of these pattern papers, and I needed something that had a little bit that would tie everything in a little bit better. So I brought back this flowered print paper, and the back side of that is actually the 4x4 journaling cards, which when I looked at them, I thought, you know what, I can get by with just my 3x4 journaling cards, and there isn't as many opportunities in this layout to use 4x4 anyways. So for my background papers here, I went with 4 papers that were similar for a background color. So obviously we went with that coral color for layout number 1 and 2, and then the craft background for layout number 3, 4. Okay, and then this striped paper, I felt like it really brought everything together on both layouts. And then for my last 2 accent papers, one of them is going to be used on one set of layouts and the other one is going to be used on the other, so they don't really have to coordinate well, but they do have to coordinate with the striped paper and the layouts that they're going to be going on to. So here for and what I went ahead and did is we need 5 pieces of cardstock. So I went with this kind of coral color, and then I really liked, I wanted to incorporate a blue color in here as well. Just wasn't sure if I wanted dark blue or light blue. And then I only wanted 1 sheet of the green. Okay, so we need 2 colors or 2 pages of 2 different colors, and then only 1 of our 3rd color. We have cutting diagrams in my tutorial videos, and I just kind of want to let you know how to read them. So there's the number in top in inches, and that's going to be the size that we're going to cut that cut piece into. And there's a number below it in a circle. So a lot of the times we're making 4 pages or 6 pages when we're using these cutting diagrams, and all these cut pieces can sort of get very disorganized. So that number inside of the circle there represents a pile that you're going to put that cut piece into. So for a 4-page tutorial, we're going to make 4 piles. And for a 6-page tutorial, we're going to make 6 piles. So the numbers are going to be either 1 through 4 or 1 through 6. So page 1 is going to have all the cut pieces that have a circle with the number 1 inside. And so on for the 4 or 6 pages. Now we are going to take 4 out of the 5 pieces of our cardstock, and we are going to cut 1 inch in, 1 inch from the top, and 1 inch from the bottom. And we're going to make a straight line on all 4 sides of each of these pieces of cardstock. What we're basically doing is cutting a 10 by 10 inch square out of the center of this piece of cardstock. The border is going to be put into our pile, And the center, the 10 by 10 inch center, is going to be put to the side, and we're going to be cutting it with another cutting diagram as soon as we're done cutting out all of these squares. Okay, so for our background papers, we are going to be cutting off 0.25 inches on one side and 0.5 inches off on the other side. The reason why we're offsetting it is because we want the insides of our double layouts to be touching the edges so that they look like they're connected. So this collection was actually pretty fun to work with. There's a lot of different embellishments to work with, and I really enjoyed the journaling cards that are available as well. And so what I kind of did is there's sort of like just like summer vibes, but there's also like vacation sort of imagery on. There's like luggage and cameras and like things like that in some of the die cuts. So what I did is I didn't really need a vacation layout, but what I did is I went with one layout that was more pool themed, which is this one, and then my second set of layouts is more like beach themed. And for us, beach themed most of the time, unless we actually like get on a plane and do a vacation, is just like at the lake. It's not really at the beach. So I didn't use some of the shells and stuff like that. I used more just other imagery on it, I guess. So this layout here, what I did is I made a cluster below that 4x6 photo area on the left, and I have like those two girls floating around on those tubes, and then I wanted to make another cluster down below that 3x5 photo area on the right side, and I like that vertical pool chipboard piece, and then I just decided to layer a little die cut behind it that says the tan lines may fade but the memories will last a lifetime, and then flank it by those flip-flop sandals and I really love the chipboard clothesline as well below that 4x6 area on the left side as well. So I just basically kind of created 3 cluster areas there and just used some of the various elements that worked with my pictures. And so here there's like on this particular layout, there is a very linear area in the center of the layout, and today what I decided to do is sort of create a big cluster along the bottom of these 3x5 photo areas, and I'm gonna have to cut that journaling area down the length of it, just because it's split up between the two pages for this layout, but that's okay. I still think it like brings the whole layout together. And I started off really liking that craft 3x4 journaling card that says summer bucket list, but it ended up just being a little bit too big and covering too much of those photo areas, and I had no way of like really tucking it in or hiding it behind any of those elements without losing the purpose of it. So I ended up switching that out for a tag that says let's vacay. And for us, vacay isn't really a vacation. It's more just going to our lake lot, but it still works with this layout. And so in the top left corner there, I put a chipboard that says good vibes only, along with another chipboard that says beach. And then this cluster here, I just kind of clustered around that journaling area that I left blank for now. And I used a chipboard tube as well with a little die cut that says beach vibes only behind it. So just incorporating a lot of layering. And then I cut up a border here and I adhered it, and it says every day is a summer day when I'm with you. And I just thought it was a really nice element to put along the top. That it was kind of subtle, but and so it was subtle and dainty and didn't take up like too much of the focus, and it kind of fit perfectly there with the amount of linear area we have. And I tried to get it to somehow sort of attach to that little cluster that says on vacay and don't worry, beach happy. So I kind of just put that little star there to make it connect with those elements there, instead of just floating off by itself. Thank you guys so much for watching this week. We will see you soon, and I hope you guys are staying healthy, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. Talk soon.